What is cryptography? Cryptography is a practice of protecting information by transforming it into a secret code so that only authorized people can read it.
Good day guys, my name is Adam Shafiki Michael. Our topic is all about cryptography. What is cryptography? Cryptography is the art and science of encrypting and decrypting information to ensure secure communication, protecting data confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity, transforming message into unreadable format or ciphertext and back into a readable format or plain text using algorithms and keys. Advanced symmetric cryptography. Advanced symmetric cryptography is a method of encryption where the same key is used to both encrypt and decrypt data. It is one of the oldest and most widely used techniques in information security. Basic symmetric encryption concept. What is symmetric encryption? Symmetric encryption uses a single secret key for both encryption or converting plain text into a ciphertext and encryption, converting ciphertext back to plain text. Types of symmetric cipher. Block ciphers encrypt fixed size blocks of data. For example, 128 bits. Example includes AES or Advanced Encryption Standards or DES, Data Encryption Standard, and triple DES. Stream ciphers encrypt data 1 bit or 1 byte at a time, which can be useful for real-time application. They mix the key with the plain text continuously. Advanced symmetric cryptography, cryptograph techniques, block cipher algorithms, AES or Advanced Encryption Standard, very widely used and considered very secure. It uses substitution permutation networks where data is repeatedly substituted and mixed. Other algorithms, DS and triple DS, older methods that have mostly been replaced by AES due to vulnerabilities in DS. Blowfish, Twofish, and Serpent, alternatives that offer different security and performance trade-off. Modes of operation. ECB or Electronic Code Book, a trusted third party like Let's Encrypt or DigiCert issues digital certificates. They verify the identity of the applicant before issuing a certificate. CFB or ciphertext, cipher feedback, and OFB, output feedback, turn block ciphers into stream ciphers, making them suitable for encrypting data streams. CBC or cipher blockchaining. Each block is combined with the previous ciphertext block before encryption, which helps hide patterns. CTR or counter mode uses a counter that is encrypted and then combined with the plain text. It is highly parallelizable and efficient. Stream ciphers concept encrypt data as a continuous stream rather than in fixed blocks. The advantages is often faster and more suitable for application like secure real-time communication. Examples, while older stream ciphers like RC4 are no longer recommended, modern design focus on improved security and performance. Security concepts in advanced symmetric cryptography. Diffusion and confusion. Diffusion spreads out the influence of each plain text bit over many ciphertexts, many ciphertext bits to hide statistical pattern. Confusion makes the relationship between the key and the ciphertext as complex as possible to prevent easy key discovery. Cryptanalysis and resistance. Cryptanalysis, the study of breaking encryption. Advanced symmetric systems are designed to resist known attacks. Best practices are regular updates to encryption algorithm, and practices ensure they remain secure against new cryptanalytic techniques. Side channel attacks. Attacks that exploit physical implementation details like timing information or power consumption greater than flows in the algorithm. Countermeasures. Techniques such as masking and constant time algorithm help protect against these attacks. Application of advanced symmetric cryptography, secure communication, internet security. Used in protocols like SSL, TLS to secure web traffic. VPNs. Protect data transmitted over public networks. Data protection, file and disk encryption. Ensures that stored data remains secure if a device is lost or stolen. Mobile security, used in securing data on smartphones and other portable devices. Other uses. Real-time systems. Advanced stream ciphers are ideal for secure voice and video communication. Encryption protects data stored on remote server from unauthorized access, and that is the cloud storage. Future trends and challenges. Post-quantum cryptography. The impact as quantum computers become more capable, current symmetric algorithms might need adjustment to maintain security. Ongoing studies focus on strengthening symmetric encryption against potential quantum attacks. Hardware performance and scalability. Modern devices use specialized hardware to accelerate encryption without compromising security. Software improvement, continuous updates to software implementation ensure efficiency and resistance to new attack methods. Continuous innovation, evolving threats, attackers constantly develop new methods, so encryption techniques must evolve to stay ahead. Community effort, researchers and industry professionals collaborate to improve encryption standards and practices. That is all, and thank you for listening.
Good day everyone, my name is Trixie May Villablanca, and my topic is
what is asymmetric cryptography?
Asymmetric cryptography, also known as public key cryptography, is a secure method of encrypting and decrypting data using a pair of mathematically related key, which is a public key and a private key. This approach ensures confidentiality, authentication, and integrity in digital communication.
So here are one of the example scenario.
Alice starts by creating a pair of cryptography key, a public key and a private key. She shares her public key with Bob, much like giving him the key to lock her mailbox. However, she keeps her private key secret, which is the only key to unlock the mailbox. Bob wants to send Alice an important document. He uses Alice's public key to encrypt the file before sending it over the network. This encryption ensures that even if someone intercepts the file during transmission, they cannot read its content because they lack Alice's private key. When Alice receives the encrypted file, she uses her private key to decrypt it and access the original documents. Since only Alice possesses this private key, she is the only one who can unlock the message. Later, Alice needs to confirm her identity while sending a response to Bob. To do this, she encrypts her reply using her private key. When Bob receives it, he uses Alice's public key to decrypt the message. If the decryption worked, Bob knows the message could only have come from Alice because it required her private key for encryption. This process ensures confidentiality. Only Alice can read Bob's message. And authentication, Bob knows the response came from Alice. This system works seamlessly without requiring them to share private key directly or rely on insecure channel. This scenario highlights how asymmetric cryptography enables secure communication over potential insecure network. One of the examples of asymmetric cryptography, which is the RSA algorithm, reveals Shamir Adleman. It uses a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption, ensuring secure communication. For instance, in an online transaction, a user browser encrypts data like credit cards details. Using the website public key, only the website holding the match's private key can decrypt this data, protecting it from unauthorized access. In conclusion, asymmetric cryptography ensures data integrity, authentication, and confidentiality by enabling secure exchange over public channels.
Good day everyone, I am Jovin De La Torre, and today I will talk about Public Key Infrastructure or PKI. In this video, I will explain the basics of PKI. So let's start with how it works in general. You are a user and you want to authenticate to a device in a network and perform a file transfer. With PKI, you will use certificate authorities. Once approved, you will become a connected party and connection will rely on trust to facilitate the source transfer. Public key infrastructure is a set of processes, technologies, and policies used to authenticate users and devices wishing to transfer data in the digital world. In a nutshell, one or more parties will digitally sign documents known as certificates to verify that a particular cryptographic key belongs to a specific user, device, or service. Now, let's dive a little in depth and learn how the certificate work. Certificates are issued to prove that the identity of these entities and include information about the PKI. The certificate holder, the certificate issuer, creation date, and other data including public key that encrypts the transfer data between entities. A trusted third party is known as certificate authority, who also hold a private cryptographic key will sign the document to associate, certify, and identify identity. Each entity uses a private key to sign certificates, known only by them other key derived from the call. A private key which is used by verifying signatures. These keys work in pair and can only be used with one another. PKI is the entire system that includes the creation, storage, and distribution of certificates that rely on public key, asymmetric cryptography to function securely. Finally, let's learn the use cases where you generally use PKI. PKI is commonly used to SSL and TLS certificates. The security protocol used for browsing the web offered HTTPS. Certificates here serve to identify and ensure that the website you connect to what they say they are. It prevents third party from eavesdropping from your connection and ejecting harmful contents known as the man-in-the-middle attack. Another use case for PKI is IoT. PKI is used to Internet of Things by enabling physical devices to establish trust and secure communication between one another using certificates. That's all for my report. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Hello everyone, I'm John Mark Noyan, and my topic is all about key management. What is key management? Key management refers to the process and procedure involved in generating, storing, distributing, and managing cryptographic keys used in cryptographic algorithms to protect sensitive data. So, key management is the process of handling cryptographic keys used to protect sensitive information. 8 cryptographic key management best practices. Every organization must manage the sensitive data of their employees and customers and encrypt it with a key. Similar to a password, it keeps the data from being decrypted. The more data you acquire, the more encryption keys you need and the more important it becomes to protect them. Number 1. Key lifecycle management. Each encryption key has a life cycle. It is created, has a working lifespan, and finally reaches the end of its useful life. Managing the life cycle of your key is important in order to protect and access your data. Algorithm and key sizes. The choice of algorithm and key size is important. This may vary depending on its use but also on security, performance, interoperability, lifestyle. Since 2015, NIST recommends a minimum of 1.8-bit keys for RSA, an update to the widely accepted recommendation of a 1024-bit minimum since at least 2002. Secure storage. You need to store your keys in a safe if you don't want them to fall in the wrong hands. Using a solution like Azure Vault will let you keep control over your keys and simply grant permission for your own and partner application to use them as needed. Access control. The key should not be available to everyone at any time. In order to assure proper security, only authorized users should be allowed to access, manage, and use the encryption key. Key rotation. Each key should have designated crypto period with the ability to change that key on demand. Using the same key over a long duration of time increases the chances that the key will be compromised. Key backup and recovery. It's important that all encrypted data is backed up. If the key storage mechanism is damaged or failed, the data will be completely lost. Key revocation and termination. When creating the encrypted key, you need to make sure you have the ability to revoke, destroy, or take keys offline. Then, in the case that any data has been breached, you will be able to delete the associated key and thereby revoke the access of the unauthorized party. Audit logs. You should keep an audit log and maintain a complete history of each key, including creation, usage, and deletion. Every operation should be recorded with information about the action performed, who or what performed it, and when it happened. That's all about my report. Thank you for listening.
Digital signature is a cryptographic technique to an handwritten signature but with enhanced security features. It guarantees the authenticity and integrity of digital messages or documents. Essentially, it acts as a digital fingerprint, uniquely linking a sender to their message. For example, there are two friends, Dan and Sarah. Dan wants to send a secret message to Sarah and he doesn't want anyone to alter or make changes to that message. And Sarah, on the other hand, wants to ensure that the message she receives from Dan is 100% from him. Now, Dan remembers he has two keys, a private key and a public key. Dan also previously shared his public keys to Sarah a couple of days ago, so Sarah has access to his public key. Okay, so knowing that Dan begins to prepare his letter to Sarah, he has to form as his letter in a way that should be able to tell someone altered it while in transit, and should also be able to tell that the letter is 100% from him. Now, the first step Dan takes to pass his message through what is called a hash function, and this outputs what is called a message digest. Now, with this message digest, if Dan's message is altered when the letter is in transit, Sarah will be able to tell. The next step Dan is to ensure that Sarah will be able to confirm that the message she receives is 100% from him. Now, Dan uses his private key to encrypt the message address that was created, and this outputs signed message, which is the digital signature. Now, Dan's letter with his digital signature is ready to be shipped and sent to Sarah. When Sarah receives that signed message, she'll go through two phases to extract the message digest. She'll verify that this message is from Dan by using Dan's public key to decrypt the digital signature and extract the message digest. In another steps she processes the letter with a digital signature through the same hash function he used, and this produces the message digest. Now, Sarah compares the message digest values, and if they are equal, then she has confirmed that Dan's message was not altered while it was in transit. Now, Sarah is able to read Dan's secret message without worries of whether somewhere do altered it or the message is really from Dan. And that is basically how digital signatures work. A digital certificate is a cryptographic document that binds a public key to the identity of an individual, organization, or entity. CAs act as intermediaries that validate and vouch for the legitimacy of the information contained in a digital certificate. When a party such as a website or an individual wants to establish a secure connection or prove their identity, in online transactions they obtain a digital certificate from a CA. To issue a certificate, the CA verifies the identity of the certificate applicant by conducting various checks, such as confirming the ownership of the domain, validating the organization's legal existence, or verifying the individual's identity. This verification process helps ensure that the information contained in the certificate is accurate and reliable. The CA generates a digital signature for the certificate, which serves as a tamper-proof seal. The signature is created using the CA's private key and can be validated using the CA's public key, which is very distributed and trusted by major web browsers and operating systems. When a user accesses a website with a valid digital certificate, their browser checks the certificate's authenticity by verifying the CA's digital signature. If the signature is valid and the certificate has not expired or been revoked, the browser establishes a secure connection indicated by the presence of HTTPS and a public icon. Certificate authorities play a critical role in ensuring the security and trustworthiness of online communications, e-commerce transactions, and other digital interactions. By validating and issuing digital certificates, a CA enables secure and encrypted communications, protecting against threats like eavesdropping and data tampering and identity impersonation. Next is applications and secure communication. So these application securities would be beneficial if we were using digital signatures and digital certificates. So it can secure your website, email security, code signing, electronic transactions, and virtual private network.